Good morning, colleagues. I'll be honest with you, I've got no idea how this is all going to link together today, but welcome to your West Midlands Children's Services video bulletin for Wednesday morning, the 13th of May. What have we got for you today? Well, first of all, guidance specifically to start with, that relating to the recovery. First of all, the government's COVID-19 recovery strategy, that's now available in large print. So you can look at it from a long way away. Collection of guidance to schools and other educational settings. Collection is where they group a number of the other pieces of guidance together, and they now have included things that we have contacted before, including implemented protective measures in education and childcare settings, but that has received an update as well. There are now footnotes to explain priority groups, and also an amendment to the PPE section. Like yesterday, I'm not going to go into too much detail because you're going to want to read these things yourself. So there has been an amendment to PPE section, not significant, not massive, but it is there. And also actions for educational and childcare settings to prepare for the wider opening of schools from the 1st of June 2020. That's now been updated with a further document, which is an initial planning framework for schools in England. I am going to go into a bit of detail on this. The headline for that is that this document is to help school leaders and trusts to think through steps to open their schools for more pupils from the 1st of June, or also to use it as a starting point for which schools and trusts may choose to develop their own plans. Now that's all nice, but also in the blurb underneath it does give us a few hints. It also says that this will be developed further, working with the profession to provide more detailed guidance ahead of the 1st of June. Also, there'll be updates to existing guidance ahead of the 1st of June, and also there'll be operational guidance for childcare settings and colleges as well, separately or as addendums, I'm not quite sure, but that will be there as well. So that's something to keep your eye out for, and obviously we'll bring you up to date with that as soon as we have it. Leading on from that, the Education and Skills Network met today. They're meeting weekly at the moment, and obviously it was very timely together with announcements to come through. Just some headlines, thanks to Hugh Dizzy for sending these through. We're going to be looking at providing some overarching regional principles that we can all act towards in terms of West Midlands. They're looking probably at numbers of 8 to 10 in a classroom as opposed to 15, which might have been more hoped for, which might mean that there might be an impact on part-time attendance, but they are also looking at undertaking scoping of numbers in terms of potential attendance, possible stayaways, including those who might be needed to be shielded for various reasons. Also, councils in the region who deal with middle schools, they will be dealing with Year 6 only going forward, and also in terms of local numbers, around 3% attendance presently in terms of workers, critical workers, and also vulnerable children. Interesting. Also, I'm indebted to Claire Burgess from the Local Government Association, who has sent through an interesting document from the Chartered College of Teaching. They are now going to be our shared resource link of the day, but they've also provided a specific document in terms of education in times of crisis, which is drawing down information from schools and countries across the globe in terms of the reopening of their educational settings. It also includes guidance from the WHO in terms of hygiene in schools and restricting the spread of infection, be that to and from young people and children, or indeed professionals in those settings. I did just touch the fact that they're looking around numbers of 3% in terms of vulnerable children, attendance and critical workers at the moment. The statistics in MI have come out today in terms of the education early year settings. Of those, some good news coming through is that now there are around 70,000 nationally vulnerable children attending childcare settings during the course of the day. That was down up from around 28,000 just prior to the Easter holiday, and now include the numbers of critical workers who are sending their children in as well is increasing. So in total now we're looking around 223,000 and any one day pupils in attendance, which is around 100,000 up from the 124 that were there previously. More establishments are also open now, around 19,900. In percentage terms, that's the highest that it's been for well over a month. So obviously a greater pull. Number of coronavirus cases and risk in the UK was updated by Public Health England on their dashboard at 4 o'clock yesterday, and therefore it has given us time to do the regional COVID cases and data breakdown. Obviously there is some data lag coming through in terms of reporting of positive cases with the sheer volume of tests that are coming through now. And you can see where there are differences across the region in there, but what you can also see quite clearly is the number of cases is coming down despite that increase of testing, which might make you think you become aware of more positive tests. So that is good news. Other guidance updates. Working with clients, this has come from the legal aid agency. I might say, why are we looking at that? That's because they've amended their evidence requirements when it comes to domestic violence and child abuse cases, making it easier to submit data and evidence, so you might want to have a look at that. How to join telephone and video hearings during the coronavirus outbreak from Her Majesty's Courts and Tribunal Service. There is some guidance in there. They've added some translations of that guidance as well. Please make sure you don't drink anything but water when you're there, as you would do in court, because those regulations still apply. Also, the Education and Skills Funding Agency have provided new guidance to training providers specifically in light of coronavirus. Certain things that are going to be coming up that might be hitting the headlines over the next few days. There's an infection study that's coming out from the ONS that's coming out on the 14th, which is tomorrow, Thursday at 9:30, but also the deaths data that we have dealt with previously, which updates every couple of weeks. This will be the second update of its type. It's coming out on Friday morning at 9:30 and also includes there as well specific deaths within the care sector. DFE helpline 08000 46 86 87 08000 46 86 87. Any queries you may have. Our website www.wmchildrenservices.org.uk, and our email address is info@wmchildrenservices.org.uk if you've got any queries, any questions, or anything that you want to just get in contact with us about. Or you can do it via Twitter at WMADCS. That's also where we have any updates that we come in during the course of the day. We will highlight them during that together with any specific highlights from any new guidance that might be of particular pertinence to you. If you like that kind of thing, like it, retweet it. That's what it's there for. But stay safe, stay alert, stay at home, stay lucky, and look after yourselves and each other. And I'll speak to you soon.